New year, new me. Now, this term has been used for quite some time. I've been hearing this for a while at this point. And, there has been a community who has been using this, wanting to regrow themselves. There's been people who have been saying that this term is quite useless. And to be honest, I'm here to be the middle ground. I hear both arguments. I understand both arguments. But I have some thoughts on myself. I feel like if we are having this idea of wanting to change for the new year, or having this idea similar to the idea of new year, new me, in a sense, there can be a little bit of a danger in that. Let's talk about it. To begin with, I want to speak about what does new year, new me mean? Because I really get it. New year, new me is a term that I feel like a lot of people judge in the back of their mind. But to be honest, I really had to dissect this and understand what it really means to people as well as to me before I ever commented on it. The empirical form at the end of the day is change. People just want change. And I feel like the idea of changing yourself for the better is not something wrong. Just that idea itself is not something to be shamed for. So for me, when I thought about it in that way, I always questioned why there were people who were annoyed of that term, people who hated that term. But I realized that, even though that was just the empirical form, it's our emotions and the way that we attach it to our own experiences. Some people might want to rip off from that. Some people might just have negative experiences from the things that they've tried from that. There are just so many different sensitive things, and I do respect that. So that's one speculation that I've always had in that regard, and all of those things I respect. But in that kind of term, I really think that the idea of change in that is something that I don't really want to shame. But I still think that bottom line, there is a problem with new year, new me. Because now everyone's like, okay, wow, you just said the empirical form, the basic idea of what this is encapsulating. You just agreed with that, but why do you still find a problem? And this is why. I know I'm going to get a little technical here, but it's literally the words new year, new me. And here's the thing. I really think that the idea of changing yourself because of a new year is something that is a really dangerous mindset to fall in. I don't want to get too deep into this because I just think that this is another conversation that we can definitely get into, but I really think that time is a man-made construct. And because time is a man-made construct, I sometimes just think that the new year is just another day, technically, if you really think about it. I'm not trying to rip away the significance of January 1st, okay? I'm not trying to say that, but if you just really look at it, it's just another day that passes. Therefore, I think that at the end of the day, this idea of years and things, if that really didn't exist, it would just be another day. And to be honest, we would not find a significance in January 1st. So what would stop us? What would really stop us from creating our own change? Sometimes that really limits us from creating change because we're thinking, we need to do it at a certain timeline. We need to do it at a certain period. And I get it because that's, a fresh start. And I'm not trying to stunt anyone from trying to start a fresh start. But at the end of the day, I think that saying it because of a certain time period is something that I feel like can limit you. And I also think that at the end of the day, lying your motivation in something as time is not sustainable. Because I get it, people might argue, how is that doing so? But saying that January 1st is the way for you to start your goals is almost inadvertently saying that that is the time period where you will be motivated. But isn't aspects that should motivate you either the passions that you're trying to do or the goals that you should be creating, not the time that you're going to start it? So at the end of the day, I feel like what is really sustainable and what we should be really trying to foster is intrinsic motivation. What are we intrinsically motivated for? And trying to do that rather than placing our eggs in the basket on time. It does not stop for us, right? Like, we can't control time. And so because it just constantly goes and goes and goes, we feel unmotivated and stunted when it goes way too fast for us. And because of that, we can feel like we're falling and failing, but that should not be the case when your progress and whatever you're doing is so subjective to your own journey. Another thing that I want to make as a quick little thing is intrinsic motivation is something that I feel like is super duper important to harness. But yes, there's also something called extrinsic motivation that we can always utilize as well, which is small little baby steps that we can do as extrinsic motivation. And to be honest, this is a huge concept that I talk about, but this video can't encapsulate everything. So I actually have a video linked down below. I'll also have it here or here. I genuinely don't know. I never know, to be honest. But that really does show what motivation is and kind of explains how motivation works for you to understand all of that. So I hope that video can really help you out. Hey guys, thank you guys so much for watching my video. I hope that this video kind of helped a little bit putting things into perspective. I've kind of always had these thoughts, but I never really put them into a video, obviously. But you know, I feel like hopefully this kind of brings a more realistic perspective. I'm kind of trying to look at it in this way as well, and I'm kind of excited for my year because I want to approach it the same way. I kind of have a lot of things that I'm very excited for, a lot of projects and a lot of new exciting opportunities that I have as well in my life, and I'm trying to harness it in a very intrinsic way. And so it's very, very exciting for me, and I'm just thinking about how timing doesn't matter, letting go of that construct, and it's been very peaceful, to be honest, and I'm very confident and content with where life is going right now. So I hope that with this video you can kind of, you know, slowly feel the same as well. In addition to that, I also feel like this video was something I always wanted to create as well, because, and I feel like the timing, strangely enough, has kind of worked in favor, because 2021 especially is a year that I feel like a lot of people have been kind of harnessing this idea more than ever, and I want the best for everyone, you know what I mean? Because I know that 2020 has been a really rough year, and I don't want to take away from everyone's experiences. And I'm not trying to say that change is a negative thing. I literally created a series about change. Like, I would be a hypocrite if I shamed anything about that idea, and I believe that everyone can create that sort of change in their lives. So by no means am I trying to say that in any way in this video as well. Once again, just a realistic perspective, and I hope that you have a successful new year in whatever you want to create, and I'm excited to see where you go. With that being said, leave in the comments down below any of your thoughts as well, any of the goals that you are honestly excited to pursue. And if you guys have any thoughts about this construct as well, put it down below. With that being said, I hope everyone has an amazing new year, and yeah, I'm gonna be sipping on my green tea while editing this video. So yeah, all right, I'll see you guys later. Stay warm, everyone. All right, signing off.